Well, there are individual differences in the ability to learn. And the best predictor of one's ability to learn is one's intelligence, general intelligence. General intelligence predicts your attainment in school, your ability to read, your eventual vocational success, your socioeconomic status. All of these are highly predictable from general intelligence. And if you are not going to learn, it's also going to be evident by examining general intelligence. Now, in this particular population, you are screening a bunch of people who do not speak English, do not read English, so the tests that you give them are going to have to be culture fair. They're going to have to not depend on language, but at the same time they have to be tests that have a high, what we call loading on general intelligence. The best types of tests are those that are called tests of fluid reasoning. Fluid reasoning requires an adequate ability to abstract, mental flexibility and mental control, and working memory. Those are the elements of it. And so you want to get a test that has those components represented so that when you examine someone, you're able to predict what their fluid reasoning ability will be, what their problem-solving ability will be, absent language, absent book learning, absent all of the things that can culturally bias a test. So what we've proposed is using a culture-fair, culture-unbiased test of fluid intelligence. It's called the Raven Progressive Matrices. It consists of 60 problems. They range in difficulty from problems that can be solved by the average 3 or 3.5-year-old to problems that cannot be solved by anyone in this room. Our typical medical students at the University of California, Irvine may get out of 60, 57 or 58 correct. So nobody gets them all correct. The nice thing about the Raven is that it has been used with a variety of cultures, including African, South American, and Middle Eastern cultures. And the norms, the means and standard deviations, the relative percentiles are very much equivalent to those that you'd find in the United States or the United Kingdom. So again, it's not dependent on the language. It's given primarily by the use of pantomime. The problem is shown. The individual simply has to point to the solution. So the screening for the International Literacy Project is essential because you do not want to waste the resources on people who may have a great deal of difficulty benefiting from the program. You want to reserve those resources for the people who have the highest likelihood of benefiting. And that is predictable primarily by their level of general intelligence.